everyone, Tim Schofield here, and it's time to take a look at the Honor 200 Pro, and this is the first time they're bringing the 200 Pro to global markets. With that being said, you get some promising specs, the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 processor, also a triple camera system, and they're bringing AI features to their portrait photography, so we'll test that out a little bit later on. We're gonna take a quick look what comes in the box, and then of course get some hands-on with the all-new Honor 200 Pro. Let's get started. Here is our Honor 200 Pro. They sent the ocean cyan color over. However, you can also get a white or a black variant. Opening it up, right away we have our phone. There's that color. We're gonna set it to the side, see what else we get. You've got a SIM ejection tool plus an included case. Nice that Honor includes that. You've got a USB Type A to USB Type C cable for charging with some orange accents, plus an included AC adapter at 100 watts Honor Supercharge, which is so crazy how fast that charging is. Of note, there's also 66 watts of wireless charging on this phone. And on to what you came to see, the Honor 200 Pro. A quick look at that design. They're saying it's a natural artistic design, just very unique overall. Now I'm gonna turn the phone on for the first time, and while it boots up, we're gonna take a closer look at the hardware. Down at the bottom is our SIM card slot microphone, a USB Type-C port, and one of our speakers. Moving along on the right side here, you do have your power button and volume rockers right above it. Make note, there is a little bit of a display curve on the side there. Also, camera bump right there, does protrude out just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And then up towards the top here, you've got another microphone, an IR blaster, and a speaker. Along the left side, you've got absolutely nothing. And a close look at the back says Honor AI Matrix camera, and moving along there is that camera system. Honor says this phone has a studio level portrait camera with a 50 megapixel main lens with optical image stabilization, a 50 megapixel telephoto lens with optical image stabilization, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens which will act as a macro camera. Now we are all set up and ready to go. I'd like to point out there is a pre-installed screen protector. Let's peel that off very quickly. I'd recommend leaving it on though. I'm just peeling it off for the unboxing. A close look at that 6.78-inch AMOLED quad curved floating display, up to 120 hertz and a resolution of 2700 by 1224. I can already tell that higher refresh rates enabled out of the box, but just to double check, let's go into settings, display, and brightness. Scrolling down, there it is. It's on dynamic, so it will change, but you can also force it to high at 120 hertz. And you can also manage apps using a higher refresh rate. That's nice. Or force it at 60 hertz, which will help save battery life. It also has smart resolution on by default, so it will bump down the resolution to help save battery life depending on the type of content that's shown. I'll also point out that this display gets up to 4,000 nits of brightness, which is really bright. Great for using outside. By the way, you do have a 50 megapixel front-facing camera as well. Now let's jump into that camera application. Just take a couple very quick pictures, check that shutter speed, make sure it's nice and snappy, which it is. You can go to 0.6x to take advantage of that ultra-wide angle lens. And again, that is your macro lens. So if you go to macro mode, it will be using that specific lens. 2x option and 2.5x option for that optical zoom. However, if you'd like to, you can zoom in all the way up to 50 times on your subject. They do have their AI photography that you can toggle on and off on the left side here. Jumping into settings very quickly, scrolling down is where you can get your video resolution, which you can shoot all the way up to 4K and frame rate 60 frames per second. I do really like this AI feature, Instant Movie. It will mark highlights during shooting for auto video creation. Very helpful. In terms of different modes, you have an aperture mode to blur the background, and you can change your f-stop, so more or less background blur. There is a night mode, portrait mode here. Definitely there's a Harcourt option here, so Harcourt Vibrant, Color, and Classic. So a group of different options for your portrait photography. Again, going into video up to 4K, 60 frames per second, multi-video, which you can enable different combinations of the front-facing, rear. So right now, obviously front-facing and rear. You can choose different layouts. Maybe you just want to be in the corner there and react to something that you're watching. And if I go to more, you can see all of the, whoops, I didn't mean to select that, but story mode's an option. But let's go to more here because that is where you're going to find your pro mode, your super macro mode. So going into pro, you can change all of these settings, f-stop, aperture, all that good stuff. And just to do a quick test of those portrait modes, here they are of just me. So this is vibrant, this is the color, and this is the classic. So obviously you can see a difference, but really cool that it gives you the option. And it was easy to swap between to take all three of them. In terms of some specs, you have a 5200 milliamp hour battery plus an IP65 rating. Jumping back into settings, let's talk about a couple different things. First of all, biometrics, it does have face or in-display fingerprint. If you go to Assistant here, they have a lot of AI suggestions and app suggestions recommending apps depending on the scenario and user habits, plus magic text, which you can tap an icon for quick text extraction, magic portal, touch and hold text to activate magic portal. On top of that, you have some smart sensing, including smart rotate and auto orientation depending on where your face is aligned, and air gestures. But anyways, that is it for me for now on the Honor 200 Pro. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. A lot more videos to come, so be sure to click that subscribe button. Be sure to follow me on various social media. All links are down below. And as always, thanks for watching.